exposing the truth behind the lies and fighting for the freedom of awareness. The Lost Generation just found its voice. America's first competition talk show. You're in the hub.
The political establishment in this traditional Democrat gerrymandered district are going so far as to allegedly exclude one of the fresh conservative faces, Liz Carter, from participating in a recent forum, which included Democrat and Republican candidates, simply because she is white.
My position is this. Nobody gets to tell me how to do my show. Who does that? You don't tell 60 Minutes who they can have. Why would you do it to me?
I felt that here we are in 2010 and someone's being disenfranchised. I thought about what Martin Luther King would say about something like this. If there's injustice anywhere, it's injustice everywhere.
A group that actually has very little shame right now, in my mind, and I will reserve the comments because Liz had to endure a little bit of this last week, is a news organization, local news organization here in Atlanta, Georgia, where we filmed the Hub Internet show, by the name of Newsmakers Live. Newsmakers Live had their publisher is a man named James Welcome. Last week, James Not So Welcome had a couple of comments to say about how Liz had not been originally invited to be on this debate. It was a candidates forum for the 4th Congressional District of Georgia, and the insinuation by Peach Pundit, which is a local blog site here in Atlanta, Georgia, was that Liz was uninvited because she happens to be, as you can see, white. And Newsmakers Live had a candidates forum, and everybody on the forum was black. And so, Welcome though had the comment that said, I don't know how you and your pit bull, campaign manager Cheryl Pratt stick their nose into these kind of situations because, quite frankly, was it 60 Minutes doesn't have these people tell them how to run their news program. Where do you guys get off? And honestly, I agree. Because you should know without being told not to call it a candidates forum when all the candidates are not represented on the forum. That does make a lot of sense. But Liz, how did you answer that when they started coming at you with, you're being a pit bull and these tactics are just over the top?
Was it just mean? I wasn't.
It was mean of you?
No, it was not mean.
You do not agree it was mean of you?
I do not agree it was mean. It was a very interesting situation because I was invited. I found out about the forum, and when I found out that Congressman Johnson was going to be there and there was Democrats and a Republican going to be there, I said, whoa, whoa, whoa. I want a chance to debate Congressman Johnson because he's been non-existent. He hasn't shown up to any of the forums. And so I was told, okay, great, you can participate. We'll send you the information. We'll let you know. And then I saw the flyer come out, and I went, something's wrong with this picture. And I called them again. I sent them an email and said, hey, we need to work this out. I want to be in this forum. This is a candidates forum. And never heard anything. So that morning I called the other producer, and he said, no, you're not invited. This is going to be a blacks candidate forum only. And I said, oh, no. Are you sure you want to go that route? Because I'm showing up. And he said, well, you can be recognized from the audience. And I said, no. I want to debate Congressman Johnson. This is not right. And we ended the conversation, and he didn't call me back. And so we sent out a tweet.
You didn't. You sent out a tweet? You tweeted? You twat? Did you blog as well? Did you Facebook? You went over the top? Did you? You were inciting the anger and the riots and
I never. So
responsibility factor here. Gotta go up.
So I put on Facebook, which is connected to Twitter, and I said, "Black Candidates Forum only. I'm not invited because I'm white."
Okay.
And that went on, and it took on a life of its own.
Now, did they ever actually say we're not doing this because you're white and this is a black candidate, or did they just infer that was the case?
No, they said black candidates only.
Did they? Okay, over the phone.
Over the phone.
God, need a tape recorder right about then. So, this strikes me as just so bizarre because, for one thing, I believe that a lot more of this type of activity goes on, not necessarily just with Newsmakers Live, but a lot of smaller media outlets all over the country that think, maybe we can get away with this because we're small enough that people aren't paying enough attention. This will just blow over. And in this case, it didn't. Neil, do you think that they singled Liz out, they were targeting her, they really just did not, it skipped their mind that she was a candidate in the 4th District?
I don't think it just skipped their mind that she was running, that she's a candidate.
I mean, do you understand where they're coming
Yeah.
from? Can you understand their angle? Or
No, I don't.
Okay.
Fair is fair, right is wrong. I don't know exactly why they did it, but it still was in bad taste to do it.
Yeah. I would say so, and I think, watching the video, we played a clip here at the top of the program of Eaton Maynard, who is the president of the organization. He actually said in the interview that basically in the debate, I mean, honestly, this man is an 8-time Emmy Award-winning journalist, supposedly, and I don't doubt his credentials, but I'm sitting here watching this thinking, I've won a Gabby. I mean, not 8 Emmys, but I've won a Gabby, a couple actually, and thank you, appreciate that. But here's the point that I was making was that I'm expecting someone with a lot of journalistic integrity, and I sit here and I've never recall a journal next to maybe Helen Thomas wearing their emotions on their sleeve like this man did. He was obviously frustrated with you. I think he would have jumped across the table if he could have and gotten away with it. But I mean, he was very upset with the fact that you had the audacity to show up at this debate. He didn't say it, but it was almost like it was unavoidable. It was hanging in the air. Very thickly.
It was a stressful situation, and I
Little
think
bit.
that he tried to push a little bit to see if I would get angry at him and so forth. But at the end of the day, I told him in the beginning of the debate, I'm sure you watched in the video, that I was going to win him over, and we did. So
Yeah. So in the end, it all worked out. All
it
right.
was a good thing.
We do have Liz, who's running for Congress, on the show all this week. Now, we also have an interesting dynamic in the country right now because there are over 2,300 candidates nationwide running for United States Congress right now for several hundred seats up for grabs in Congress. And it's interesting because never in recent history, perhaps our nation's history, have we had this kind of a slew of candidates running for the seats that are up for grabs. And my question is just this: are we hurting the democratic process with this many contenders for the seats that are available, or are we actually supporting it? Is having this many candidates a good or a bad thing for the country, especially prior to primary season? So are we diluting the impact and muddying the waters by having so many? All right, 90 seconds on the clock, 45 seconds per person. Heidi gets the first say. Okay.
Great. Well, thank you. I think it's excellent. I think it's wonderful, but then again, I'm kind of new at politics, so, there might be more to it than I understand. But I just think it's exciting. A lot of people have not been engaged. There's a lot of people that have become engaged in politics since Barack Obama was elected, and with the election and everything, and the Tea Party encouraging people that there's something wrong in Washington, D.C., and we need to do something about it. I think the flood of candidates is just a sign of that, and so many of them are not politicians. So many of them are business people and citizens that say, you know what, we've got to do something about this. It's gone way too far. Our country's in danger. We're in danger of losing everything we've had, and our children and our grandchildren are not going to have what we've enjoyed. All right. So I'm happy about it.
All right, and you get the rebuttal. Neil, 45 seconds on the clock. Good or bad thing to have this many? Go.
Well, I think it's a good thing also. The people seem to be upset, and they seem to be fired up, and they really want, they're tired of the mess that's going on up in Washington. And I believe that people are tired of career politicians that sit in office a long time and begin to lose touch with the common man. I mean, if you want my support, tell me that you're only going to do 2 terms, and I'm with you. So it's good.
All right. It's all good. It's a good part of the process. All right. Democracy lives in America today.
Right.
All right. Well, that is it. Post your comments in the comments section of the YouTube video. Vote on them. We'll tell you who wins next week, Heidi or Neil. We'll see you tomorrow on The Hub.